Yeah, so I want to hear, Catherine, since you're, thinking about this idea of making men wait for sex, and I'll get the other ladies' opinions too. What's the longest that you've made a guy wait for sex? How many dates? How many weeks? How many months?
Okay, first off, let me backtrack here. I just feel like in order for me to enjoy like being intimate with someone, I want to feel like there's some kind of like emotional connection, like mental, like how like we like view like values, other things that we can connect on. Because if I was to just be with someone physically and not have like those attributes, I'm sure like it would be like, awesome, most likely, hopefully. Um, but I wouldn't necessarily this I'm speaking on my terms and like what I experience. I wouldn't feel the best. I feel the best, once I gain like that true like attraction for them and it's not just based off of physicalness. And then it makes it like, being intimate brings it like way more to life, and I enjoy it more because I'm doing my word salad right now.
I was going to say, the question was, what's the longest you've made a man wait for sex?
The,
3 months. And
the
like
answer is
honestly,
however long it takes to get through this.
my word salad, yeah. How many word salads can I put you through? Like you're still hanging around. But no, like especially like in my younger days, it was like usually like I would get to know someone over 3 months. Now like I'm an adult, I feel like men are probably not gonna like be willing to stick out for 3 months. So it's more of like, I guess, like when I know and like build that connection and like feel safe because I know that I would crumble if like I hooked up with someone and then I didn't hear from them the next day. Like I would think like something went wrong with me and I'd rather not deal with that kind of emotion. So,
So 3 months
um,
was the longest.
yeah.
So how does that guy rank compared to guys that you slept with quicker? Was he like the perfect guy, or were you kind of like, I don't like this guy that much?
Every man that has happened with, it ended up turning into a 3 year long relationship. So, and that's happened a few different times. Say if I have made the choice to do it earlier on, it's been a dumpster fire of a situationship, and I'm like, Kat, what the fuck were you thinking? And it's like, oh yeah, there was chemicals that were like I was under the influence of not good. So that's my story. There you go.
Did you feel those same chemicals about the other guys?
Yeah, but like they were like way deeper, and I had like way more of a connection with them. And then being intimate, wow, I'm like really airing some stuff out on the internet.
So
Whoa.
you felt
Um,
you felt like more of those chemicals, the deeper with
yeah, and like
with the
they were like
short-term
it was
guys,
no, wait, what? Okay, rephrase the question.
with the guys who you just had like a bad situationship with. You felt more of that feeling?
No, I felt like less of like those feelings. And then like over time, you start to evaluate because, it's usually like if that does happen, then it's like the guys that are like, like we're just kind of, hanging out and I really want to put a label on it and like all of those things that it's like, then why the fuck are you coming around? Because we act like boyfriend and girlfriend. This like what is your deal here? Um, I'm gonna stop talking. I'm revealing too much. Okay.
So what about you, Sabrina? What's the longest you've made a guy wait?
Um, I think I made a guy wait like 6 months.
How'd you feel about him waiting? And he was like just cool, chilling, not having sex.
I feel like for me, I was like, well, he was very committed to me. He valued my boundaries, and so I felt respected, and I valued that. And he wanted to wait too. Like he also was like, yeah, I'm okay with waiting. So I said, okay. So it was like fine. It was a mutual thing between us two because we talked about it. So
What
it
ended up
wasn't.
happening with him?
We were together for 3 years. But what happened is that we just didn't like, we met, like, he was a little bit older than me, and I was a little younger, and like he just wasn't like at the point in his life where he wanted something serious, and like he wanted to still like have fun. Like he said, like he told me, like he just felt like we were in a relationship for 3 years, he was happy, but like he just wanted to explore life more, because he was like, at the time he was like 26, so yeah.
So in the 3 years you were together, was he leveling up?
He was already like successful in what he was doing anyways, like after he was done with school and stuff like that. So he was already like good. It was just more like he just wanted to just kind of explore his options more, and he just wanted to just do that. So it was very amicable the way we separated. It wasn't like bad blood, which kind of, I was just like, okay, cool, like wish you well, that's it. Like,
So, Sabrina, during that 6 months while you got to that point, were you guys in like constant, like regular contact, like, multiple times like a week? Or it was like a little check-in, like, how you doing there every 2 weeks, like a month, like was he
You still
consistently
single?
taking you? Yeah.
so
Like,
so
how was that? How
so
much effort was that man doing?
So what I can say, like he wasn't just checking in, like he was very consistent, like he was calling me, texting me every day, good morning, good night, checking in throughout the week when I was like working.
Jesus.
Was
He
he
was
also still
FaceTiming,
courting you, taking you on
he was still
dates?
courting me. Yes, he was still courting. I'm telling you everything. He was courting me, taking me on dates. I was going to his house, hanging out, like we would kiss, like stuff like that, like whatever. But it wasn't like he wasn't like doing the most. Like he respected what I wanted. So yeah, he still kept that consistency up till that. So even after the 6 months, like he was still doing it. Like it wasn't like it ever went off one moment. You know what I mean? It was very consistent
And then
throughout.
how long ago was the breakup?
This was a long time ago. So this was like 4 years ago. You know what I mean?
Well,
So
is he still single?
uh yeah, he's still single. He's still single. Yeah.
I think you two should be like, hey, how's it going? I don't know. I
No,
think there should be like some plans there,
no.
possibly.
I wish him well. Like I always say, I wish him well. I
Mm.
feel like it wasn't like we had our thing. Now we're just, it is what it is. Like
So
I feel like it
so
worked out.
Sab- Sabrina, was he when you guys would be hanging out and making out or whatever? Was he trying to make a move to push it further, and you told him like, "No, I'm not ready"?
No, it wasn't like that. It wasn't like he like made like a move and stuff like that. We just talked about it. Like we just like openly talked about it. We were just like, hey, like he was like, like when can we take those steps? And I said to him, I'm like, well, I just would like to wait a little bit before we take that, if that's okay with you. And if you're not okay with that, then he doesn't have to be with me, which I told him. I'm like, I just felt that's something that I valued, so I just didn't want to do that. That's it.
And this was a dude you were like really crazy hot for, also.
Yeah, like I also was really into him. Like I really liked him. So yeah.
Interesting. What about you, Juliet? What's the longest you had a guy interested? You're interested, but you're waiting.
So, not just because I have to go in 5 minutes, but I'm probably not going to answer that on the internet. I'm not going to air my sex life or previous sex life. I'm going to be boring on that. Sorry.
What about you, Galia?
It depends how I feel for him and to realize what he interesting truly. Like he wants just the sex or he looking for a relationship. And when I see that he interesting only from sex, then I give more time into make feelings on him. When I make him feel in love, then we can have something, because then I know that it's gonna be for longer. Or maybe from my side, then it's not gonna be. It depends, because sex as well is very important things in relationships. But let's say is the long time that I give to someone is again, it depends how long it will take me to make this man to have a feelings. If he don't have feelings and interesting only for sex, and let's say like 2 months, can even less, maybe a month, is depending. But if you are much with personality, I don't see a reason to give a time to waiting for this, because you are not child and you are not virgin. You're not gonna going to, like, we are not from Saudi Arabia. Like, we're not gonna show this that we have to prove we are virgin. I don't see
What do you
problems.
look for? What do you look for to see if he has feelings?
This is how to explain it. You have to feel inside, because it's a
The
magical.
tingles.
Yes, you have to. The butterflies, they have to fly.
Yep.
If you don't have inside this, doesn't care even who is next to you, like, you know, because it's coming bored. You don't interesting. You don't want to have contact with that man.
So you want the tingles, and when it feels right, that's when we're having sex.
Yes, because then it's the beautiful time of the sex.
Yeah, that's
then
how it should be.
you have everything
I think.
inside. And then this is the way how a relationship even is going to be long and can end with a marriage life. Because if you don't feel that and you're going only because you are alone, better don't do it. First, you're gonna feel very bad. Second, that man, of course, he's not gonna call you anymore again because he feels as well that sex is not was good because you are not into him.
So, Juliet, before you leave, and then we'll get to the other ladies after, what questions do you have for me and Spencer?
Oh, that's a loaded question. So, well, for starters, are you both single?
I've
dear
never
Lord.
been
I
single.
don't know if they're allowed to disclose that to their viewers.
I've never been single, and I've always been single. Let's say that.
Okay, well,
I'm out here in the streets. Don't worry.
Yeah, Spencer's in the streets, man.
All right, guys, I really hope that you enjoyed that clip. If you want to check out the full-length podcast episode, you can find that right over here. Also, make sure you visit my website over here where you'll find my supplements, the opportunity to book me privately one-on-one for coaching, and most importantly, my new School of Unplugging, which you'll find on the Courses tab. Newer to the channel? Hit subscribe.